everything happens for a reason.
Sometimes that you never ever expected.
It was meant to be.
I think it's fate.
A rider, a horse. There are many partnerships between riders and horses, but a truly perfect bond seems like an alignment of the stars, as if fate herself conspired for the two to meet.
Horses is like the only thing I really know.
Adrienne Alvord was born in Germany and has spent her entire life riding horses.
My mom's a horse trainer, and so when I was a baby, she put me in front of the saddle with her.
Her American-born mother is Stephanie Alvord, who was in Germany to pursue classical training in dressage.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Stephanie rode throughout her pregnancy, so Adrienne was literally riding horses before she was born. A gallop through a forest helped bring Adrienne into the world. It's no surprise that at a young age, she decided to make horses her career.
It's the only thing I really know and the only thing I've really ever wanted.
Stephanie Alvord moved back to the United States with her family in 1998. By the age of 9, Adrienne was competing on horseback. But following in her mother's footsteps has proven to be both challenging and satisfying.
She was super tough on me growing up, but she really made me work hard for it. She didn't give anything to me easily. She made me take the harder way. And at the time, I was really mad at her for it. And now I'm really thankful because I'm really independent. So she really has inspired me.
And other riders have inspired Adrienne as well.
You try to create it from here.
She has been coached by well-known trainers like Bruno Grieber, Kathy Rouse, and Scott and Suzanne Hassler. Adrienne has not been without other forms of support.
Okay, 62.1. All right.
Irene Cromer is a horse owner and a dressage enthusiast who came to know Adrienne through her mom.
I had a horse of my own when I was a teenager, and I think you have to ride a horse to really understand how much you can love the feeling when you're on a horse. There's just a sense of freedom. There's nothing like it.
And this love of riding led Irene to purchase several horses over the years. Her first trainer was Adrienne's mom.
Irene was, I think, one of my mom's first clients when we came back from Germany.
Over the years, Adrienne competed in junior young rider championships on different horses. She also worked at a barn where many horses were brought to be sold, and one in particular caught her eye: Philadelphia, known by her barn name as Fia.
It's funny because when she first came to the barn, I actually said to my mom that I want this horse to be my young rider horse. And she told me, no, she's not going to be your young rider horse. Like, you can ride her once, but that's it, then we're selling her.
Fia's owner wanted to sell her, but in the meantime, Stephanie rode the horse in dressage competitions.
I'm usually focused on my own horses at a show, but this time, at this show, I thought, I'll go up and watch Adrienne's mom ride Fia. Oh my gosh, I saw Fia at a show for the first time, and she just stole my heart. She was such a fabulous mover, and the next day I bought her.
Despite her young age, Adrienne began traveling to other farms to train horses for clients. She soon set up a barn of her own in Maryland, and Irene became her first client. Now with her own business, Adrienne had access to many horses that she would train and show. One of her goals was to compete in the National Junior and Young Rider Championship.
The horse that I was planning to do young riders with had some health problems, and as I started riding Fia more and I realized how talented she really was, I just really thought that she could be a good horse for me to compete.
Adrienne asked Irene if Fia could be her young rider horse, and Irene agreed, seeing the possibilities of a successful partnership. A partnership that would be fateful.
I was really, really happy the first show we went to. She did super well and was like in the top 12 in the country right away, and I was like, wow, I knew there was something special in this horse. It takes time for a partnership to come together, but it also has to be the right match. So you could be with one horse for a long time and you could just never get along.
Fate creates an opportunity for a horse and rider to form a connection, but a bond is only created when the two develop a trust for one another.
It's such a great feeling when you feel like your horse trusts you and would just do anything for you.
Trust is important, but it has to be balanced with individual drive to succeed.
Normally, really successful international horses almost have a hotter temperament. They have to be focused and they have to trust, but they have to also have that spark, that thing that gets them going and moving really nicely. And that's something that Fia has, but at the same time, her mind is so calm that it balances out that spark.
Even if a horse has a balanced temperament, a rider must be willing to invest years developing a horse's talent to move up to the highest levels of competition.
It's a process. Dressage is a journey. Like, it takes a long time to get from point A to point B, and they have to have patience for it or else they're not going to succeed.
But success is not determined by patience alone.
You have to have patience and a sense of humor to train young horses and dressage horses. Have a happy horse, happy rider. You can't let your emotions come into the ride. Even if you've had a bad day or you're angry, if you can't cancel that out the second you sit on a horse, then you might as well not get on the horse.
Riders who want to be successful have to work hard. Hours must be dedicated to feeding, cleaning, grooming, and all that good stable management requires. Teaching, training, and competing means that Adrian's work week is even busier when it's time to compete.
Competition weeks for me are really crazy. I have to get all the horses ridden normally by Thursday that aren't going to the show, and I have to get all my lessons done.
Time also must be made to load the trailer with horses and equipment.
The night before, I normally pack my stuff and make sure everything's organized, and then we're at the show Friday through Sunday, pretty late hours.
Despite the extra workload, Adrian typically likes to slow down the week before a competition.
It's actually kind of the opposite of what a lot of people think. The week before the show for them is just keeping their bodies relaxed and loose and making sure that on the show day they're ready and in the best energy and condition possible. So I don't like to exhaust them or overwork them, or else it's just too much for them to be able to perform at their best for us at the show.
By 2015, Adrian had earned bronze, silver, and gold United States Dressage Federation medals.
Fia has earned several breed awards. She's had several Hanoverian High Point awards, and she's actually twice now been the high scorer of musical freestyle. And she's in the top 12 in the country right now for young riders and one of the top ones in the region, so she's going places.
3 days after returning from the North American Junior and Young Rider Championship, Philadelphia sustained an injury to a leg bone, requiring surgery. Her recovery lasted well into 2016. In May 2016, Philadelphia contracted equine protozoal myeloencephalitis, or EPM, a disease caused by the apicomplexan parasite Sarcocystis neurona that affects the central nervous system of horses. Her recovery and rehabilitation from EPM continued for the rest of 2016. In January 2017, she was paired with another young rider. This partnership provides an opportunity for Philadelphia to bring joy into the life of not only a talented rider, but her family. Philadelphia's owner, Irene Cromer, is thrilled and looking forward to seeing her champion mare under the capable hands of another rider earning her bronze, silver, and gold USDF medals. Stay tuned for the next chapter in the life of Philadelphia, lovingly known as Fia to her owner and many admirers.